Hey, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kakadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, who has taught me this truth. I want to give peace and blessings to the I came across the four corners of the earth, who teach this truth from where like to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Low in the video is edifying. Low I can get something from this video. This is Baruch 24 and 25. This is basically about the Lord redeeming Israel. And which is prophecy, right? I made a couple of videos on this, but nonetheless, I mean, it's always great to make videos on prophecy because it keeps you in the spirit, it keeps you hopeful, it keeps you hastening in the day. It keeps you, wondering what's next, and it keeps your belief up, man. We deal with all kind of things in this world, whether it's stress, whether it's dealing with your woman, whether it's dealing with the shit that you normally deal with in life or that you have to deal with in life. Sometimes the only thing you got to rely on and fall back on is, most of the time, only thing you got to rely on and fall back on is the scriptures, right? And it's like, man, when you see certain things and you see certain things lining up, you get, it renews the spirit almost. Like, oh man, okay, great. The Lord ain't, the Lord is going to do what he said he's going to do. So that's why it's always good to go into prophecy. So like it, brothers. That's why it's always great to go into prophecy, man. Just to keep the spirit, keep it always looking, always, wanting to do right, because you understand that the day is at hand. Okay, this is Baruch 4 and 24. It says, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from my power, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High, for thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but surely thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck. So what? The neighbors of Zion, right, have seen our captivity, and they had a hand in our captivity, which is our enemies, okay? But guess what? Salvation is going to come from the Lord. Salvation is coming from on high, man. And who is he coming to save? Well, he's coming to save Israelites, but not all Israelites. You're 1/3 in the elect, okay? This is and with that, Lord willing, I'll be one of those men. We'll be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, and when we're joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, then all the heathens should be in subjection. Okay, this is 26. This is my delicate ones have gone both ways, and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Okay, which we were. Okay, but guess what? It was a part of the curses, man. Okay, well, if we didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, or if we broke that covenant, then ultimately what will happen? We will be going into captivity. We will go into slavery under our enemies. Indeed, these other nations are our enemies, whether you people like to believe it or whether you don't like to believe it. It don't matter, right? Either way, the truth is the truth, okay? The truth is the truth. Your belief or your unbelief does not stop what's the truth and what's not the truth, okay? Like these Christians, like we were talking about today with the brothers, like these Christians, all, brothers say, oh, they actually going out holding up signs. And I remember a couple weeks ago, what was it, like a month and a half, probably a month ago, we went out to camp and man, we went out to camp and they had a parade downtown where we was at, a Jesus March parade, and I'm talking about it was probably, it had to be at least 1,000 people down there, man. Now we didn't encounter 1,000 people. We probably encountered like a few hundred. It's in one of the videos. Our brothers go to the main page and look. But they out there and they trying to speak Jesus into existence all of a sudden. But really, they're trying to come up against the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, because what we say is coming to, well, what we're saying is out of the scriptures is coming to pass, which is prophecy. And we're breaking it down right. You guys are breaking it down wrong. Okay? Here it is. You got like-minded men that's reading the scriptures. And it's all making sense. And the questions that they even had, we answer them. Now, scriptures say what? The wicked should not understand, which the majority of them didn't understand. Well, no, I ain't going to, all of them didn't understand. The ones that came up didn't understand. So, right? They did not understand. right? Nor did they want to understand. They didn't even have a mind to understand why, because they look at us like regular men, and really, they don't really respect the Lord. They don't really respect the Bible, because if they understood what was truly in the Bible, right? All it takes is for somebody to truly understand what's in the Bible for them to start thinking different about it. Oh, well, that's not the way I was taught. That's not the way I was taught. Well, the way you was taught was wrong. Okay, the way you were taught by your Christian pastor and all that was wrong, completely false and completely wrong. And he probably didn't read more than 4 or 5 scriptures during his whole speech. And he used that scripture to build what? A motivation